Drug trafficking, in 10 years, will be nonviolent. 90% of drug trafficking will be nonviolent. Most of the resources in drug trafficking are for the security of the operation. A lawyer is security for the operation, a weapon is security for the operation, the bribe, the money from the corrupt police officer, judge, prosecutor, everything comes from the security of the operation. When a guy sells anonymously, receives anonymously, and no thug knows who he is buying from, he receives it by drone inside his house, or he will receive information about where the drug was placed, in a place that is not monitored, it's over, my brother. It's over. The guy will sell a drug 3 to 4 times cheaper, but he will want cash, right? Have you ever seen any gambling company kill a customer? Receive payment first, there are no debtors, nothing to collect, no need to kill the customer, right? The violence of trafficking comes from debt collection, which will not exist because it will be paid in advance, and territorial disputes, which will not exist because there will be no territory, the territory will be the cloud. If anyone has any questions, go to Substack, Renato381, Substack. There are several texts explaining how drug trafficking will be. How are there going to be several? It's not that I don't advocate that it should be this way. It's inevitable that it will be this way. The first person to do this will break the other because they can sell cheaper and receive cash. Drug trafficking only exists due to cross-subsidization.
What would it be?
There are 2 types of customers. One type of customer supports the other. The dependent customer supports the recreational one. In drug trafficking, the boca has paredão here. I don't know what you call it there. Funk parties. What a disgrace you call those dens there. Now, at the paredão, do the guys give away drugs for free?
Cheap or very cheap?
Very cheap. And where does this money come from? He wants the guy to become a user, right?
Bypass.
For free, the second one charges a little, then it increases. Isn't that right? If these guys are supported by the dependents, then there is cheap drugs and there are expensive drugs. The thing is, the guy selling anonymously won't know who sells cheap drugs and who sells expensive drugs. He will sell cheaper than everyone.
It's over.
The dependent will get out of the habit, right? He will lose. The subsidy will end to keep subsidizing people to be drugged, right? In fact, I will say another thing here that will bother most of the people who watched and so on, the audience, and the majority of the interviewees probably won't agree, which is that the prohibition, the fight against drug trafficking, only increases the profitability of trafficking. It only defends the existence of drug prohibition. Who doesn't understand the third law of demand? The prohibition of drugs only makes the more violent thugs earn more profit, man. And giving up cocaine from Coca-Cola 100 years ago, 120 years ago, Coca-Cola was sold in pharmacies. There are even books by Freud saying how he became dependent and quit cocaine. Crack only exists due to prohibition. The most powerful drugs that exist only exist because of prohibition. Because during prohibition, no one sold beer. If it's prohibited, you will be arrested for selling something. You will have to increase the potency to compensate for the value, right?
Yes, the risk.
That's right. You just order the whiskey and the tea, isn't that so? You will soon increase the potency, right?
Yes, that's right.